Let's look at this question. 9 friends, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I, initially possessed a total of 45 marbles. They participated in a game comprising 2 rounds. In the first round, the winner received 9 marbles. The first runner-up received 8 marbles. The second runner-up received 7 marbles, and so on, with each subsequent position receiving 1 less marble than the previous one. Okay, so 45 marbles. And sum of first 9 natural numbers is 9 into 10 by 2, which is 45. So makes sense. First person gets 9, second person gets 8, third person gets 7, and so on. In the second round, the winner took 9 marbles from the winner of the first round. The first runner-up took 8 marbles from the first runner-up of the first round. The second runner-up took 7 marbles from the second runner-up of the first round, and so on. So, in the first round also, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, number of marbles distributed. In the second round also, the same marbles get redistributed. The topper gets 9, the second guy gets 8, and so on. Okay. So, the following information is some data points are. Information wise, what do we have to capture? We have to, of course, capture name. And then we have to capture how many marbles do you have after round 1 and how many marbles do you have after round 2. These points we will capture. Let me draw a line, proper line to demarcate 9 spots and everything. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and extra space at the bottom. So 9 people, because A to I have all this information available. Let's look at the information points. No individual secured the same rank in both the rounds. So both the numbers in each row has to be different. Okay. Only the winner, the first runner-up, and the second runner-up of the first round had fewer marbles at the end of the second round than they had at the end of the first round. Now this line, what this means is 3 people saw a decline in the number of marbles they were holding, and the remaining 6 people saw an increase in the number of marbles that they were holding. 3 people saw a decline, and who are these 3 people? The person who had 9 marbles in the first round, the person who had 8 marbles in the first round, and the person who had 7 marbles in the first round. This information is told to us by point 2. Next, the number of marbles with B at the end of each round was a multiple of 3. Now this is interesting. Maybe B had 9 in the first round, or maybe B had 6 in the first round, or maybe B had 3 in the first round. Now if he had 9 in the first round, in the next round, his number should go down because he is among the 3 people whose score should go down. So in the second round, it should be either 6 or 3. If he has 6 marbles in the first round, in the second round, his score should go up and he should be reaching 9. This is the only greater multiple of 3 available above 6. If he had 3 in the first round, in the next round, his score will become either 6 or 9. These are the 3 possibilities of score changes for B. But we can't really record anything right now. Next, G and H were the only 2 players who had exactly 1 marble more, who had 1 more marble at the end of the second round compared to the end of the first one. Now I'm seeing there is very little information about who is getting number of marbles in the first round, second round. So I'm going ahead and populating the table with names. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. And what we have been told about G and H, these were the only 2 players who had exactly 1 more marble at the end of the second round compared to the end of the first round. So if he had X, he had X plus 1 here. If he had Y, he will have Y plus 1 here. And both of these are people whose number of marbles are increasing. G and H are people whose number of marbles are increasing. Okay. E was the only player to have a perfect square number of marbles at the end of both the rounds. E was not the winner of the first round. Okay. Now, among the number of marbles, 1, 4, and 9 are the only 3 perfect squares. If he had 1 in the first round, he could end up at 4 or 9. If he had 4 in the first round, he could end up at 9. And if he had 9 in the first round, that is not possible because E was not the winner of the first round. These are the two possibilities for E. These are the two possibilities for E. We have 3 possibilities for B. We have 2 possibilities for E. Next, I had X more marbles at the end of the second round than at the end of the first round, where X was a perfect square. So if I had Z marbles here, I've already used variable X. So let me put this down as Z plus A, and A is a perfect square. I will keep this in mind. A is a perfect square. Okay. We have information for I also. 7th point, at the end of the first round, the number of marbles with A and B were consecutive numbers. Okay. And at the end of the second round, the difference between B and A was the maximum among all pairs. Now, this is a very interesting point. If at the end of the second round, the difference between B and A was maximum among all pairs, one of them will have 9, the other guy will have 1. Now, we also know about B. B's total at the end of each round was a multiple of 3. So, B could not be the person with 1. So, B will be the person with 9 and A will be the person with 1. B will be the person with 9 and A will be the person with 1. Now, B's score must have definitely risen and A's score must have definitely gone down. B's score must have definitely gone up and A's score must have definitely gone down. Okay. Apart from this, point number 7 says, at the end of the first round, the number of marbles with A and B were consecutive numbers. Now, if in the second round B has 9, in the first round he must have 3 or 6. If he had 3, then A will either have 4 marbles in the first round or he will have 2 marbles in the first round. But if he had 4 or 2 marbles in the first round, his score would not have gone down. The number of marbles with him would not have gone down. So, if B had 3 marbles in round 1, A would be either at 2 marbles or 4 marbles. And in either case, his number of marbles should have gone up. It is not possible for B's marbles to be 3 in round 1. It can only be 6. And given that people whose number of marbles have gone down from round 1 to round 2 were people who had 7 marbles or 8 marbles or 9 marbles at the time, and A and B were supposed to be consecutive numbers, number of marbles with A has to be 7 in round 1. These two data points are very clearly identified. Additionally, for I, we know his score has gone up, Z to Z plus A. Also for E, we know his score must have gone up. If he's going from 1 to 4 or 9, or from 4 to 9, E's score must have gone up. I have 5 people whose scores have gone up. I have 1 person whose score has gone up. Between C, D, and F, there will be 2 more people whose score have gone down. Last point is still left in the points list that we have covered. F and B had marble counts that were consecutive integers at the end of each round. Okay. At the end of round 1, the numbers adjacent to 6 are 5 and 7. 7 is already used up. So F will have 5. And the only number adjacent to 9 is 8. So F will have 8, which means F is also going up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people whose scores were going up. All of these 6 people are identified. So A, C, and D will be the people whose scores are going down. A, C, and D will be the people whose scores are going down. Okay. Now, let's see what all scores are left to be distributed in round 1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9. These scores are left. Now, I know C and D will get 8 or 9. 8 or 9, 8 or 9. C and D will get 8 or 9. One of these two will get 8 or 9. Only then their scores will go down. That is fine. In round 2, how many scores are left? We have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Oh, one more interesting thing. I know E's score in both the rounds was a perfect square. Point number 5. E was the only player to have a perfect square number of marbles at the end of both the rounds. So in round 2, the only way it works is he must have 4 marbles. Must have 4 marbles. And in round 1, if he had 4 marbles, in both the rounds, he would have equal number of marbles. If he cannot have 9 marbles because C or D have 9 marbles. So the only way it works is he had 1 marble in round 1. So this score is no longer available. This score is no longer available. Now I'm looking for scores for G and H. One more. One more than 2 available. One more than 3 not available. One more than 4 available. One more than 8 not available. One more than 9 not available. So the only way G and H can get scores is something among 2 or 4. If it is 2 or 4 or 4 or 2, the score here will be 3 or 5 or 5 or 3. G and H will have this version working for them. So 2 is gone, 4 is gone, 8 is gone, 9 is gone, 3 is gone, 5 is gone. Now, I is definitely getting 3 here. This is the only score left in round 1 for I. Now, I, if it has a score of 2, his score will go down, which is not possible. If his score is 6 here, that will also not be possible because A was supposed to be a perfect square. This will also be unacceptable. So the only way it works is this is 7. 7 is also gone. And therefore, the two possible scores for C and D will be 2, 6 and 6, 2. And now we have all the possibilities. Everything that we needed to record is done. Let's get to individual questions. For how many players, their rankings can be determined uniquely at the end of both the rounds? We can do that for 5 players. For C, D, G, and H, we are not sure. Who was the winner of the first round of the game? Winner of the first round of the game could be C or D. Both of them are possible. So the answer will be cannot be determined. At the end of second round, I had dash marbles. I had 7 marbles, option B. Which of the following is definitely true? G had more marbles than H at the end of round 1. We don't know. G and H number of marbles are not certain. C had fewer marbles than D at the end of round 2. Can't be certain. 2 and 6. Can't be certain at all. Next, I had more marbles than C at the end of round 2. I had 7 marbles at the end of round 2. C will have either 2 or 6. In either case, I will definitely have more marbles than C at the end of round 2. So this should be the answer. For peace of mind, let's also check D. I had more marbles than D at the end of round 1. At the end of round 1, I had 3 marbles. D had 8 or 9. So this is not correct either. And the last question, what can be best said about the number of marbles with D at the end of round 2? At the end of round 2, either get 6 marbles or 2 marbles. Therefore, option C is the right answer. And that is the entirety of this question.